Welcome. Today we're diving into the fascinating world of coin collecting, exploring some of the most valuable and sought-after treasures, the top 5 mercury dimes with a D mint mark. These silver coins, especially the rare era varieties and even those found in worn or dirty conditions, hold an incredible market value that continues to amaze collectors and investors alike. The mercury dime is not just a coin. It's a piece of American history, a symbol of craftsmanship, and in some cases, a gateway to unimaginable fortune. From unique color tones to rare minting flaws, these coins have become shining stars in the collecting world. So, whether you're a passionate coin enthusiast, a beginner in the hobby, or simply someone who appreciates the beauty and significance of America's vintage currency, this video is made just for you. Let's get started with the first gem on our list. And trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. The 1919 mercury dime with the D mint mark is not just another silver coin from America's past. It is a rare jewel that has captured the imagination of collectors and investors for generations. Born in the Denver Mint during a time when the world was recovering from the shadows of World War I, this dime represents resilience, artistry, and incredible value. While most coins from the early 20th century were spent into circulation and lost to the wear of time, the few surviving examples of the 1919 D have become treasures of unimaginable worth, capable of turning an ordinary person into a millionaire overnight. At first glance, the coin may seem small, almost ordinary, just a silver dime with Lady Liberty on the front, wearing her famous wing cap and a fasces with olive branches on the back. But don't be fooled by its size. The Denver Mint's D mark at the bottom is the secret that transforms this little piece of silver into a life-changing fortune. Collectors know that the 1919 D is not just rare. It is a miracle survivor, a coin that embodies history and scarcity in a single breath. Its value is not measured by silver weight, but by the unshakable demand from those who are willing to pay millions just to hold it in their hands. The power of this coin lies in its story. Struck more than a century ago, most of these dimes have been worn down, melted, or lost forever. Very few remain in collectible condition, and even fewer exist in pristine states. This makes the 1919 D mercury dime a living legend in the coin world. Imagine discovering such a treasure in an old box of coins, or receiving it unknowingly in change. That single moment could transform your destiny, lifting you from ordinary life into the realm of unimaginable wealth. It's not just a coin, it's a golden ticket disguised in silver. What makes the 1919 D even more electrifying is how errors, misstrikes, or unique toning can multiply its value many times over. A slight flaw from the Denver Mint striking process could easily make one specimen worth more than a luxury car, a mansion, or even an island. Collectors crave what is unique, and the 1919 D, in all its variations, delivers that uniqueness and abundance. Every shade of silver, every mark of survival, and every minting peculiarity turns this dime into something that cannot be replicated. It becomes one of one, a treasure beyond replacement. The true beauty of the 1919 D is not only in its rarity, but in the emotions it awakens. To hold one is to feel connected to a different time in America's journey, a time of rebuilding, strength, and hope. It's as if the coin carries whispers of history within it, preserved across generations. That emotional connection, combined with the breathtaking rarity, is what drives collectors to bid astronomical amount in auctions. For them, owning a 1919 D mercury dime is not about possession. It's about legacy. The coin market today is booming, and treasures like the 1919 D mercury dime are sitting at the very top. Each time one surfaces in an auction, records are shattered and new millionaires are made. Wealthy investors treat these coins as assets, safe havens stronger than gold, real estate, or stocks. That is why the 1919 D commands such staggering prices. It is a finite relic, and once it lands in the hands of a determined collector, it rarely reappears. The fewer that remain, the higher the value climbs, almost like a rocket with no limit to its sky. Imagine for a moment what it would mean to find one. Perhaps it's been sitting unnoticed in your family's coin jar, or maybe you inherited it without realizing its significance. The truth is that one coin could rewrite your future in a single night. Stories are told of people who sold such coins and walked away debt-free, wealthy, and free to live their dreams. That is the kind of fortune hidden within the 1919 D Mercury dime, silent, powerful, and waiting to be unlocked by the right person. So, if you ever come across a Mercury dime with a D mint mark from 1919, treat it as if you have discovered a priceless treasure chest. Do not let it slip away cheaply, for its worth cannot be captured by ordinary numbers. This is a coin that holds the power to change lives, to transform dreams into reality, and to turn ordinary people into legends overnight. The 1919 D Mercury dime is not just America's coin, it is America's fortune, waiting to reveal its magic to whoever dares to hold it close. Next up, the 1923 Mercury dime with the D mint mark is one of those hidden treasures in American coinage that has captured the imagination of collectors and investors for decades. Minted at the Denver Mint in a period when America was roaring into prosperity after World War I, this dime carries with it both history and mystery. While it may look like an ordinary piece of silver to the untrained eye, for those who understand rarity and value, this small coin is a doorway to unimaginable fortune. It has the power to change someone's life overnight, making it one of the most desirable pieces in the world of numismatics. What makes the 1923 D Mercury dime so extraordinary is not just its age, but its scarcity and high quality. Most of the coins struck at the Denver Mint were released into circulation and spent down to near nothing, worn smooth by decades of use. Very few examples survived in pristine condition, which is why the few that do exist today command jaw-dropping prices at auctions. Collectors know that once such a coin appears on the market, it's like lightning striking, rare, electrifying, and unforgettable. The design of this coin adds another layer of magic. On the obverse, Lady Liberty wears her iconic wing cap, symbolizing freedom of thought and innovation. On the reverse, the fasces, a bundle of rod with an axe, rest beside olive branches, representing both strength and peace. But it is that tiny D mark tucked near the bottom of the design that transforms this coin into a powerhouse of value. Without it, the coin is beautiful but common. With it, the 1923 D Mercury dime becomes a prize worth millions in today's competitive collecting market. Errors and unique features make this coin even more sought after. Some specimens carry slight striking flaws, doubling in the lettering, or unusual toning that came from how the silver aged over the last century. These little details may look insignificant to the casual observer, but in the coin collecting world, they can mean the difference between thousands of dollars and millions. A single 1923 D with a rare error could sell for more than the price of a mansion, and that possibility is what keeps collectors chasing after it with endless passion. Beyond its monetary value, this coin carries the weight of history. The year 1923 was a time of booming growth and cultural transformation in America, yet it was also a period when silver coinage was heavily used and rarely preserved. To hold a 1923 D Mercury dime today is like holding a piece of that era, frozen in time, untouched by nearly a century of change. It becomes more than a collectible. It becomes a time machine, a silent witness to the lives, hands, and stories it once passed through. Today's coin market has elevated the 1923 D Mercury dime into legend. Investors and collectors alike view it as a cornerstone of wealth, a rare asset that grows in value with each passing year. Unlike stocks that rise and fall or property that can lose its shine, this coin remains untouchable in its demand. Wealthy collectors fight for ownership, knowing that possessing one means joining an exclusive club of individuals who hold a piece of American treasure that few will ever see in their lifetime. Imagine stumbling upon such a coin in an old family collection, a forgotten drawer, or a box of change tucked away in storage. That single moment of discovery could flip your life upside down in the best possible way. People have turned such finds into fortunes, selling their Mercury dimes for prices that once seemed unimaginable. And the 1923 D, with its unmatched rarity, stands as one of the most powerful life-changing coins of all. So, if you ever come across a Mercury dime stamped with that small but mighty D from 1923, know that you are holding more than silver. You are holding a legend, a treasure chest in miniature, and a fortune waiting to be unlocked. Do not let it go cheaply, because its true worth is measured not only in dollars, but in destiny. The 1923 D Mercury dime is one of those miracles of history that can turn a simple discovery into a story of wealth, legacy, and unbelievable transformation overnight. Next up, the 1928 Mercury dime with the D Mint mark is more than just a coin. It is a piece of history that is transformed into a symbol of wealth, rarity, and hidden fortune. Struck at the Denver Mint during a time when America was roaring with progress, this dime today stands as one of the most valuable and talked about treasures in the world of numismatics. For collectors, the 1928 D Mercury dime is not just silver. It is a golden opportunity, a once-in-a-lifetime chance to unlock unimaginable wealth. For the lucky person who finds one, this small piece of metal has the power to change destiny overnight. At first glance, the coin may look like any other Mercury dime, but it is the Denver D Mint mark that elevates it to another level entirely. Its rarity lies not only in how few examples have survived, but also in how those surviving pieces have aged over nearly a century. Many were spent into circulation, worn down until their details vanished, and countless others were melted or lost forever. That makes a handful of well-preserved 1928 D Mercury dimes among the most desirable prizes for collectors who know their true worth. The design itself tells a story of beauty and power. On the obverse, Lady Liberty appears with her wing cap, a timeless symbol of free thought and forward vision. On the reverse, the fasces and olive branch symbolize America's balance of strength and peace. Yet it is that small D tucked beneath the design that holds a secret. The mark of Denver, the sign that this coin is not ordinary but extraordinary. Without that mint mark, it is just another dime. With it, the 1928 D becomes a fortune waiting to be claimed. What fuels the excitement even more are the rare variations and errors that some of these coins carry. A slight misstrike, doubling in the letters, or unusual toning from years of silver's natural reaction with air can make one example stand apart from all the rest. Collectors and investors chase these unique details because they know each one is one of a kind, impossible to reproduce, and priceless in its uniqueness. The right 1928 D with an error could fetch sums beyond imagination, sometimes compared to the value of luxury estates or even entire businesses. Beyond wealth, this coin carries history in its very silver. The year 1928 was a time of prosperity and transformation for America, yet it was also the calm before the storms of the Great Depression. To hold a 1928 D Mercury dime is to hold a silent witness to those days, a survivor from an era that shaped the nation. That connection to the past, combined with the scarcity of the coin, creates a demand that grows stronger every year. For collectors, owning one means not just buying a coin, but preserving a story that will outlive generations. The modern coin market has elevated the 1928 D Mercury dime into near mythical status. With every auction, its prices climb higher, breaking records and shocking even seasoned investors. It has proven itself to be more stable and more rewarding than many traditional assets. Unlike paper money or digital investments, this coin's rarity cannot be duplicated, and that is what makes its value soar. Collectors know that when a 1928 D comes to market, it is a battle, a war of bids where only the wealthiest and most determined can walk away victorious. Imagine for a moment discovering one of these treasures in a family heirloom box, tucked away in a drawer, or hidden inside a forgotten jar of coins. That single discovery could instantly elevate you into the ranks of the fortunate few. Stories circulate of ordinary people who stumbled upon Mercury dimes and walked away with wealth beyond their dreams. The 1928 D, with its astonishing rarity, carries that very same power, the power to turn an unexpected moment into the beginning of a brand new life. So, if you ever come across a Mercury dime with the bold D mark from 1928, do not underestimate what you are holding. It is not just a coin. It is a fortune compressed into silver, a secret treasure that can rewrite your destiny. Selling it cheaply would be like throwing away a crown jewel. Instead, recognize its true worth, millions in today's market, and understand that this small piece of history might just be the key to unlocking your greatest fortune ever. The 1928 D Mercury dime is not simply money. It is magic in metal form, waiting for the right hands to reveal its destiny. Next up, the 1937 Mercury dime with a D mint mark is one of those coins that reminds us how something so small can carry unimaginable power and wealth. Minted in Denver during the late years of the Great Depression, this dime represents resilience, survival, and hidden fortune. While millions of coins passed through countless hands during those hard times, only a few of these dimes with the Denver D survived in collectible condition. And today, their value has grown to the point where owning one could instantly change a person's life, turning an ordinary discovery into a story of overnight fortune. At first sight, the coin may appear modest, a thin silver dime, just like any other. But the moment a collector spots the small D below the design, its identity shifts. Suddenly, it is no longer just silver, but a symbol of wealth and history combined. The Mercury dime's beauty lies in its design, Lady Liberty crowned with wings, representing freedom of thought, and on the reverse, the fasces and olive branch, signifying strength and peace. That elegance alone gives it timeless charm, but with the Denver mint mark, the 1937 Mercury dime becomes a prize of staggering worth. The rarity of this coin is rooted in the era it came from. In 1937, the economy was still unstable, and coins were heavily circulated. Few people thought of preserving dimes, especially when every cent mattered. Most of the 1937 D Mercury dimes were worn smooth or lost to time, leaving only a handful in collectible or pristine states. That scarcity is what fuels the frenzy at auctions today. Collectors know that the better the condition, the more unimaginable the price, and in some cases, the value can rise into the millions, making it a true jackpot for the lucky finder. Another layer of excitement comes from error strikes and unique features. Some 1937 D Mercury dimes show slight doubling misaligned strikes or natural toning from decades of age. These details make them unique, turning an already valuable coin into something one of a kind. Collectors are drawn to imperfections like magnets, knowing that no two flawed coins are ever alike. For them, a rare error on a 1937 D can mean a price that surpasses houses, luxury cars, or even entire states. But beyond wealth, there is history hidden in this coin. The 1930s were a time of struggle for millions of Americans. The silver dimes of that era passed through weary hands, bought food, paid bills, and carried hope through hard times. To hold a 1937 D Mercury dime today is to hold a survivor from that age, a silent witness to history. That connection makes the coin priceless in ways that money alone cannot measure. For collectors, it is not just an object of wealth, but a story preserved in silver. In today's booming coin market, the 1937 D Mercury dime is a jewel among treasures. Wealthy investors recognize its growing scarcity and bid fiercely whenever one surfaces. Auction houses have seen values soar higher and higher, with each sale setting new records. Unlike paper investments or digital assets that rise and fall, this coin holds steady, its rarity locked forever by history. Each time one is sold, another collector joins the exclusive club of owners, while the number available in the world grows even smaller. Imagine, for a moment, stumbling across this coin in an old family collection or inside a forgotten box of change. What seems at first to be an ordinary dime could instantly flip your entire future. Stories circulate of such discoveries, where coins thought worthless turned into fortunes overnight. And the 1937 D Mercury dime has the same magical potential, a small piece of silver carrying life-changing power, ready to turn ordinary people into millionaires. So, if fate ever places a 1937 Mercury dime with the D mint mark in your hands, do not underestimate it. This is not just a dime. It is a key to fortune, a relic of history, and a treasure whose worth cannot be measured in ordinary numbers. Selling it cheaply would mean throwing away destiny itself. Instead, recognize its true value, hold it with care, and remember, this coin carries the power to transform dreams into reality overnight. The 1937 D Mercury dime is more than currency. It is a miracle of silver, history, and unimaginable wealth combined. Next up, the 1940 Mercury dime with the D mint mark stands as one of the shining stars of American coinage history, a coin so small yet powerful enough to carry unimaginable wealth. Struck at the Denver Mint on the eve of World War II, this dime is not merely silver. It is a time capsule of resilience, artistry, and scarcity. For collectors today, it is a symbol of prestige and fortune, a coin capable of turning ordinary people into millionaires overnight. To hold a 1940 D Mercury dime is to hold both history and destiny in the palm of your hand. At first glance, the coin appears delicate and familiar. Lady Liberty graces the obverse with her iconic wing cap, representing freedom of thought and imagination, while the reverse displays the fasces and olive branch, symbols of strength and peace. But the true secret lies in the small D mint mark pressed near the bottom of the coin, the sign that this dime was born in Denver. That single letter transforms it from a common coin into a rare treasure, one that collectors across the globe dream of adding to their collections. The story of the 1940 D Mercury dime's value lies in its scarcity. Although millions were struck, very few have survived in pristine or mint condition. Time, circulation, and silver melting practices have reduced their numbers drastically. The few that remain in remarkable condition today are worth far more than their weight in silver. For some, their value can stretch into millions in today's booming coin market, and a single sale can make headlines, proving just how coveted this small silver masterpiece truly is. What adds even more intrigue are the rare variations and striking errors found on some 1940 D specimens. Slight doubling on the lettering, off-center strikes, or natural toning caused by decades of silver's reaction to air can elevate the coin's desirability. Collectors know that such features make one coin unique, impossible to replicate, and often worth exponentially more. For the right collector, a one-of-a-kind 1940 D Mercury dime can rival the cost of luxury cars, estates, or even entire businesses. This coin also carries with the spirit of its era. The year 1940 was a time of uncertainty and change in America as the world edged closer to the Second World War. The dime itself was used daily for essentials, passing through countless hands in a nation preparing for challenges ahead. To find a 1940 D Mercury dime in excellent condition today is to discover a survivor, a piece of history that endured decades of use, hardship, and change. That historical connection adds an emotional weight that amplifies its value far beyond money. In today's collecting world, the 1940 D Mercury dime is a crown jewel. Auction houses see record bids whenever one appears, and private collectors often compete fiercely to secure ownership. Unlike paper money or modern investments, this coin is irreplaceable. Its rarity and beauty combine to create something truly timeless. Each year, fewer examples become available, and each sale pushes its value higher, proving its place as a treasure beyond comparison. Imagine stumbling upon this dime unexpectedly, perhaps in an old family coin jar, an inherited collection, or a forgotten box tucked away in storage. That simple discovery could instantly change your life forever. Many stories exist of people who unknowingly held coins of staggering value, only to later realize the fortune they carried in their hands. The 1940 D Mercury dime has that same life-altering potential, a miracle of silver waiting to be uncovered by the right person. So, if fate ever delivers a 1940 Mercury dime with the D mint mark into your possession, remember that it is not an ordinary coin. It is a fortune wrapped in silver, a masterpiece of American minting, and a key to a future of wealth and opportunity. Do not part with it cheaply, for its true worth lies far beyond what most people can imagine. This coin carries history, rarity, and destiny all at once, a treasure capable of rewriting fortunes overnight. The 1940 D Mercury dime is not just a piece of currency. It is a legend in metal form, waiting to reveal its magic to the fortunate few. See you in the next video.